But first to a priceless art haul discovered in a Munich apartment. The works were looted by the Nazis and hidden for over 70 years. So what will happen to them now?
This is where 79-year-old Cornelius Gurlitt, son of a well-known art dealer and collector, used to live, or perhaps still lives. No one knows for sure. In 2012, tax investigators raided the squalid apartment in Munich and found over 1,400 works of art worth an estimated 1 billion euros. The collection reportedly includes many pieces that were believed to have been lost during the Second World War from painters like Franz Marc, Otto Dix, and Henri Matisse. The complete list of works has yet to be made public. Prosecutors in Augsburg have been playing their cards close to their chest, while experts have been studying the find.
When you look at these works of art believed to have been missing or destroyed for so long, and see that they're in relatively good condition, a little dirty perhaps, but not damaged, you feel a great sense of joy.
A feeling of joy denied to their original owners and their heirs. These artworks were looted by the Nazis more than 7 decades ago. Hitler coined the term degenerate to describe any works of art perceived as offensive to his regime. In 1938, he introduced a law ordering that they be removed from museums and sold overseas. The Munich apartment owner's father, Hildebrand Gurlitt, was one of the art dealers entrusted with this task. Identifying the provenance and the rightful heirs of this astonishing art haul poses a mammoth challenge. Uwe Hartmann, the director of the Berlin State Museum's Office for Provenance Research, has spent years studying expropriation in the Nazi era.
It began with the property of people who were exiled, specifically political opponents of the Nazi regime. The state assumed ownership of their property. Then, as the persecution of the Jewish population gained momentum, Jews seeking to leave Germany were forced to pay what was called a Reich flight tax. If they lacked liquidity, they sold off property such as art collections.
Under German law, claims for the restitution of property expire after 30 years. But according to the Washington Conference Principles agreed in 1998, Germany recognizes its moral responsibility to return plundered art.
Artworks that once belonged to victims of persecution and ended up in museums after 1945 or even as early as 1933 are subject to the Washington Principles. These oblige us to find a fair solution for the heirs of Jewish collectors, whether that involves compensation, acquisition or restitution, in which case a museum must relinquish an artwork.
As happened in spring this year, when Cologne's Museum Ludwig returned a portrait by Oskar Kokoschka to the heirs of Alfred Flechtheim, a Jewish art dealer persecuted by the Nazis. In 2011, Cornelius Gurlitt set about selling Max Beckmann's The Lion Tamer, another work originally from Flechtheim's collection. However, the Lempertz auction house in Cologne had no qualms about accepting it.
We didn't see anything amiss. An elderly gentleman got in touch with our colleagues in Munich about the sale of a Beckmann pastel drawing he owned. The gentleman was the son of the art dealer Hildebrand Gurlitt.
But something was amiss. Many questions now need to be answered. How exactly did the Gurlitts come into possession of this work? How was Cornelius Gurlitt able to sell off pieces of the collection with impunity? Why did the German authorities keep the art discovery quiet for so long? They're coming under increasing international pressure to make the entire list of the works public. Where is the art now? What will become of it? As for Cornelius Gurlitt, he's completely gone to ground. He's in Switzerland, perhaps, where he reportedly made a number of sales over the years.